Most people think this product belongs in the back of a pickup truck. Well, let me show you a new way to use it to get professional results when you're restoring your classic car. All right, it's bright and early. I have got the epoxy primer on the Volkswagen, the complete underside of the car, engine compartment, all the wheel wells, the rockers inside and out, and kick panels. Getting ready to put the Raptor bedliner material in. Sorry about the messy workbench. Guys making a living, not keeping it clean. This is the Raptor bedliner. Now this particular is tintable. That means you can take the tint of the color of whatever your vehicle is, tint this, and it'll match somewhat. We've got a solution for that though, and I'll show you what I usually do. All right, so before I put the tintable bedliner material on, I use the DTM epoxy primer from Alumabase. This is how the Raptor liner comes. It comes in the little bottles that I showed you. Each one has 24 ounces in it. So what is that, a quart? So it's a 4-quart system. It comes with a hardener. It comes with a little measuring cup. And it does not come with the tint, but this is the tint that we're putting on. This color is called Rav Blue. It's a custom color that we mixed up here, and then I sent the formula, and the formula came out to be Rav Blue. So just when you think you've made a special color. Anyway, let's get this stuff mixed up. We're going to start spraying the bedliner material on. And it is considered a bedliner material, but if you've never seen me use this before, I use this on the bottom of just about every car that I build. It's very durable, it cleans, it sticks, and it's there for life. It's just like what Porsche used to use back in the day. This is definitely not sponsored. So let's fill, shake, and shoot. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix up a couple of these as I go. Now, on the tint, it comes in a pint, and it is for 4 of these little quart bottles. So there's, if I'm not wrong, there's 16 ounces in a pint. So 16 divided by 4 is 4 ounces. So I'm putting 4 ounces in each one of these bottles. Now this is the exact same color as what's going on the car. But for some reason, when you put them in this tintable arrangement here, it comes out to be a little bit lighter. I guess that's because it's been diluted somewhat. So what I normally do, you can paint over this. So we'll put this product on. It'll cover pretty much what we need, and then we'll blend on top of this. You'll never be able to see this and the top side of the car at the same time. This is always going to be under the car, under the wheel wells. So we'll paint the inside of the fenders with this, and we'll paint the body that you see I've got taped off. We're going to start with 2 of these quarts. Now that we've got them like this, I can either put them in the paint shaker or just shake it. And I'm talking and I'm missing stuff. This would have been really bad. I have mixed these but I forgot to put the hardener in. You know what that would be? That means these things would just sit there and run off into the floor and never dry. You're talking about a mess. All right, so on the hardener, we have got a fill line. It wants 8 ounces. So it comes with a quart of hardener. A quart is 32 ounces. You divide that by 4, and that's what? 8 ounces? All right, we're gonna mix these up one at a time with a hardener. Show you why we have to mix it up. Almost didn't want to go in the spray. All right, so now I'm gonna put the rest of the hardener in here. Put the lid back on. And shake this up. Use that kind of like a thinner for a second. Get all the good stuff off the side and off the bottom. There we go. Some more of the good stuff came out. All right, now this is all the way up to the lid. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up. To reuse this stick in anything, because the stick's got hardener on it now. Go ahead and put this cap back on here. We're gonna mix this up really good, and then we're gonna put the gun back together. This is a, while I'm mixing this, I'll tell you, this little gun right here is for this. It's for rock guard, undercoating, products like this right here. You can dial the air pressure up and your texture. So you can't get it smooth, but you can get what I consider a very, very smooth finish, but it's still gonna be very textured. Or you can get it to where it's really, really textured and hides a lot of stuff. Now these Volkswagens come with a textured like that already. So do Porsches. It's almost like a sprayable seam sealer. All right, we're getting all dialed in. I got my hose ready. I got my product mixed up. We're going for 1 quart. We're gonna see how far that takes us. I'm gonna put you guys outside because I don't wanna wreck my phone. All right, this is real world right here. I just got through. I'm gonna walk you around. I'm gonna try to give you some step-by-step instructions on how I did this. But let's see what the end result looks like. Now this is all gonna get carpeted under the boot. The trunk, gas tank goes right there. It'll be painted. Now this is all gonna get a top coat paint that matches the color on the outside. When the whole car gets painted, I'll go back and paint all this again. You can see how nice the texture it is. This stuff is tough as nails. Now I was going to paint the inside of the engine with the same material. I chickened out. I think I'm gonna go ahead and paint this super slick, no texture, but I did paint along the bottoms of it. Let's look underneath. You can see the firewall back here underneath the car, and then you can see the front toe board area. That came out really nice. I did not paint under the dash because you can see that when the car's finished, and I didn't want it to have any texture. Now, I'll look back last night, and I have painted about 40 cars with this product underneath. And they have all held up great, no peeling, no issues. I taped up the springs, the hood hinges, all that stuff's gonna go back slick. Some of the brackets, all those are taped up. The reservoir holder, the little clasp right here that holds something, but it really came out great. Let me know what you think. Now, that is not gray. It looks gray on the camera. This is a, it's in the family of that Bronco. It's in the family of the Porsche. It's kind of a periwinkle blue, light blue. It's not really an original color. It's a play off of that color. Anyway, it's been a long day. Let that fan run a little bit longer. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a lot of work. It's hot outside. It was hot in the paint booth, and I'm hot. Yeah, I hope you got something out of this video. The product is great. This is Spanky saying that I've been using it for over 20 years, and it's never let me down. Now, I painted plenty of cars where you could put mirrors underneath them, and the bottom is just as slick as the top. Well, this is still slick. It's just got a texture to it, and it's a durable, rubbery type of a paint. It's almost like sprayable seam sealer. It's just like what the Porsche used from the factory and Volkswagen used from the factory in some years. So it's a great product. Raptor Liner. This is not sponsored. Nobody's paying me. I'm just sharing some of my knowledge with you. Now, it is used by pros all over the country. Since I've been using it, I've seen other people pick it up. And my paint rep told me about it 20-something years ago when it first came out. I was skeptical, but I went ahead and did it anyway, and I'm just glad I did. Anyway, I'm over talking it. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. We're hitting records as far as people subscribing and watching videos. I love it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all of the support. Always sending out swag to folks that make comments. And as always, if you're through watching, then get out in the garage and go build something. See you guys in an upcoming episode. Spanky's gone. Sorry I didn't get any of the footage of me shooting the actual product on the car. It pretty much goes on just like a paint job, but the stuff will wreck your phone. It actually sticks to everything that it touches, and it won't come off very well. So sit back and enjoy a few clips from the Midwest Roadster run as 100 Roadsters fly through the Ohio back roads. This full episode is coming up very soon.
Headed nowhere special, but it'll take all night. The same old faces from 30 years ago. A little more gray underneath the hat brim showing. Somebody's telling stories we've all heard before. Still laughing just as hard as we did back then. It's another Roadster run through the middle of America corn.